Hey guys, welcome to another Bitcoin update. Today is Thursday, the 8th of August, I believe. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So, since the last video update, which was I think the 6th, Monday, we sort of were covering this flag situation. We were trying to figure out if Bitcoin was still looking bullish or whether it was threatening to drop out of the flag or this descending channel. So we're still I would argue, we're still in play to bounce and come up and maybe even meet the top of the flag or the channel. But there's still a lot of work to be done before that can happen. So if I just go back here and let's go down to, like, say, the 4 hour chart. I'll go full screen. So here's the 2021 all-time high, our current all-time high, which was set back in March. You can see price still is struggling to break through and make a new high, at least on this time frame, the 4 hour chart. So I'll tell you which highs I'm talking about. So on the 4 hour chart, you can see a downtrend here, an uptrend here, and then another downtrend here. So just to sort of illustrate that, I'm just going to break it down into simple, like, sort of market structure. So you've got a high there, a low here, a lower high here, and then a lower low here. So I'm just going to change the color of that. We'll go red. And then a similar thing's happening back here. We've got a high here, a low here, but then a lower high here. And then now we're down here. So that's where we're currently at. It is a downtrend at the moment. This section here was an uptrend, just for that time frame. However you want to cut it, it's probably something like this. Highest point since the low was about here. You've got the pullback. You've got another high. You've got a pullback, another high, a slightly higher low, and then the highest high in that section. So we'll make that green. So by no means are we currently in what would be considered a green trend until this current pullback sets in a higher low from this low here. So we need B to be higher than A. So it needs to come in here and like, this is just hypothetical. It needs to bounce something like this, and then not only bounce, but also get above 1, which is this high here. And you need to get a 2 happening, a higher high. And that would change this line from being red, or that would finalize this downshift here as red. And the red would have ended. And then you would start a new trend. Hypothetically, if it was to follow this path, it would be green because you've got higher lows and higher highs, which makes it an uptrend section. Now, on the broader picture, we've got something else going on. Now, remind me to keep this recording short. I don't want to go too long because I just want to boil it down into just to the basics and keep it nice and clear and concise for you guys to follow. But I might even write notes on the chart just so that we can go back to it and refer to it. And I'll do that right now before I forget. So let's type in some notes here. Let's say price is currently in a downtrend as we are getting lower highs. All right, let me just adjust this so that we can read it all at once. If it, where's the, there we go. All right, I'm just going to adjust the size of the box. So we'll put that here just so that we've got something to refer back to for the next video as well. We can just keep track of what I've been saying, and we can, you can make me accountable for the things that I say. All right. All right, that seems good enough. We'll put the notes in yellow. So let's just get this making sense. Price is currently in a downtrend as we are getting lower highs. And this is in context of, let's see, I'll say the daily chart. Just so that we've got a context of what I'm referring to there. So the daily chart, so just to reiterate what I'm saying here. Now, these are the highs that I'm depicting in that sentence. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So let's alphabetize them, whatever they alphabetize yeah. Label them alphabetically. So A, B, C, D, and then pretty much E. These are all the major highs that I can see on this time frame on the daily. So until basically to get bullish again on the daily, we need to get above E. E was the last. This is the line in the sand um, that is holding the structure downward. We are trending downward because we've got A, B, C, D, E all consecutively lower than the previous. So I'll just draw in the hypothetical of what would get this to break market structure, change the character back to the high side, and that would be an F up here, like something like that, something above E. Any price above E would get us to change the character. So the character right now is down on the daily chart. Now everything below the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15 minute, all of that, it doesn't necessarily conduct what's happening on the higher time frames. So if you want to really know what's going on, the daily, the weekly, that's another story. I'm still bullish from a weekly perspective, but just from a daily and lower, I would say I am bearish at the moment until proven otherwise. And that proof needs to come in by beating E. So hopefully that makes sense. But for now, yeah, we are cutting lower, and it is the highs that define a downtrend, and it's the lows that define an uptrend. I'm going to write that out just so that we don't forget. How are we doing for time? 8 minutes. All right. So I'll just say it's the highs that define a downtrend, and then it's the lows that define an uptrend. Okay. Let's put that in. Let's lock it away. Why is it not letting me move it? There we go. Okay. So if the highs are defining our downtrend, you need a change of character to change the trend. That's basically what this is. That's why I'm saying we need to beat this high. We need to get above that to change the character back to an uptrend because we're in a downtrend, and it is the highs that are defining that. So because we're getting lower and lower and lower on the highs. So once we get back to uptrend, let's look at a section of the chart that's an uptrend. So here, like this section here, this run, you can see it's the lows that are defining that. So you've got this one, you've got this one, and let's say this one. Now, what broke that? What broke that? See how they're all higher than the previous low? That means uptrend. That means up. Now, the first sign of weakness was when this low came in. That's when it broke character to the downside. So we've been downtrending technically since, I would argue, on the daily chart since this point here where we broke the last big low, or even this low here. This was another low that came in. We broke it. We broke down. So we should have got bearish perhaps when this pushed beyond that. So now that I'm doing these daily Bitcoin updates, I will go back through and keep track from a perspective, like from a market structure perspective, as to whether we're bullish or bearish. So right now we are bearish on the daily chart. We've broken supports to the downside. Our lows are getting lower. Our highs are getting lower. I will change what I'm calling it as when the circumstances change. So we'll just track it like that. All right, I think that should be enough for this video. I'll stop it here and I'll catch you on the next update. Take care.